The woman opened the trunk and threw money at the man, saying it was to cover his medical expenses. Then she had people beat him up, leaving him covered in bruises. She even took out a bottle of Moutai from 1982 and poured it directly onto his wounds. The man screamed in agony, but even when the law enforcement team arrived, the woman didn't flinch at all. The moment she revealed her identity, the officers were instantly terrified and immediately made the man apologize. What they didn't know was that the man's identity was far from ordinary. He was actually a top-level research scientist in New York. His development of the 8th-generation stealth fighter had crushed Japan's competition and earned him the highest national honor. Even top military officials would bow respectfully when they saw him. At the same time, the richest man in the country was desperately trying to connect with him because his entire group had risen thanks to the man's scientific breakthroughs. If they couldn't secure his next contract, the company would go bankrupt. So he warned the woman to never offend the man. But no matter how much the tycoon emphasized it, the arrogant woman completely ignored his words. On her drive home, she broke traffic rules and ended up crashing into the man's car. She got out and saw a scratch. Without saying a word, she slapped the man in the face. Helplessly, the man took out his work ID to show her, but the woman claimed it was a fake from the internet and tore it up in front of him, then stomped on it on the ground. She slapped him again. The crowd watching was outraged, but no one dared to step in, fearing the woman's revenge. The woman even taunted the crowd to beat her up. Everyone looked confused, but the next second, she slapped the man again, then arrogantly said people like them were born to entertain the rich. That was the last straw. The man finally had enough and prepared to fight back. The woman saw this and immediately called the tycoon for help. Hearing this, her father rushed to the scene, but his assistant stopped him and reminded him that in 10 minutes he had a critical dinner with top officials. The tycoon realized this dinner was tied to the man's research contract. If they didn't secure the deal, his group would collapse. So he sent his assistant to the scene to protect his daughter, unaware that it was his daughter who was humiliating the man. At this moment, the traffic police finally arrived. The crowd was eager to see the woman punished, but to their shock, when she showed her ID, the police begged the man to apologize to her. The crowd was furious and demanded an explanation. The officer had no choice but to say the woman was the daughter of the richest man, and that his group was not only the backbone of New York, but also in partnership with the national hero. The crowd started murmuring in disbelief, but their words only made the woman more arrogant. She went on to humiliate the man again. Seeing this, the man's companion suggested they back down, but the man firmly stated if the traffic police couldn't handle it, he would keep reporting it up the chain until justice was served. The woman responded by hurling insults, but just as she was about to hit him again, the assistant showed up.